Hi, and welcome back. I'm Roswitha, your host at wealthy2.com, the place where women are happy, healthy, wealthy, and fulfilled. And also, I'm the author of this amazing book. I know, right? Anyways, I help millennial women to be successful at life and live their purpose. And each week, I'm answering a question or talking about a certain topic. This week, I'm gonna tell you how paying off your debt is the best return on investment. Interesting, isn't it? Let's see. So I have to ask, do you have debt? Does it cripple you every time you think about it? Does it make you cringe every time you hear like, oh, I have to pay that off? Because I get it. I was there. I was in your shoes, kind of hoping every day the universe will kind of send me a sign or send me money somehow so I could just pay it off. Because it was just on the back of my mind. And that's also because my parents never really believed in loans, so they always kind of, save money, have cash, and then buy for what you want. So for me, having a loan was already something that was not kind of a smart idea. Not to mention that I got my first loan before I turned 23 without having a job, so I had no security of how I'm gonna pay that off. And I really want to tell you this story. So I was like about to turn 23. I just graduated college. I just graduated as an engineer, which is totally not what I'm doing. And I knew I'm not gonna be doing engineering. And I was, at that point, I was still blogging about fashion. So I've been blogging about fashion through all my college years. And I went to Fashion Week, my favorite, of course, New York Fashion Week. I got all this, free things all the time. And it was a glamorous lifestyle for a 20-year-old me. It was everything that I wanted, but I was not making money out of it. So in my last year of college, I focused on learning how to make money out of blogging, especially fashion and beauty blogging. So while I was doing that, and I just graduated, I got like a summer job to just figure things out. That summer was my summer of figure things out. What am I gonna do? Because I don't want a job in engineering and I have to make money. I have to sustain myself somehow because my parents are not gonna pay for my rent anymore. And I knew for a year or so that I wanted to become a coach, but I had no idea what kind of coach. So 2 years after graduation, I heard about the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, IIN, and I enrolled to become a health coach. It just seemed like the perfect path for me to take, and it was the perfect path for me to take. But that also meant that I had to take a loan of $6,500, which had like a monthly payment of $199 for like 32 months or something like that. And I know you might be thinking now, wait, your loan is not so big. Like, you should see my loan, you should see my monthly payments. And I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm coming from Romania, where at that point, the minimum wage was $200 a month. So you could see how in my mind, $199 a month meant somebody else's salary for the whole month. So it's when you compare people and amounts, sometimes you don't think about, okay, where are they coming from? Because for me, that was scary. That amount of money was like impossible to get. I still have this. Sorry for that. So that amount of money was impossible for me to get it. It just seemed impossible. So I took this leap. I had no job. I really wanted to make money from my business, which weirdly enough, a month after I took the loan, I made my first money in my blog. It was like $97 for like a sponsored article. And I was like, yay, finally. And then month after month, me and my boyfriend, my husband now, started making money out of both of our blogs because we both had fashion and beauty blogs, but for men and for women. So that's how it all started. And it was not easy because my goal was to pay my debt faster, sooner than 32 months. Like, I had that in mind because it just weighed on me so much that I didn't want to have to pay every month. I wanted to just get rid of it. And I did. I did it in 2 years, so half a year earlier. It might be a lot, it might be nothing compared to you, but that's not the point. The reason why I wanted to share this is because I want you to know I'm with you. I know how it feels. I know how hard it is. And the second reason is that once I started to make more money, the first thought was, how can I invest my money? Because like everybody else who read any Robert Kiyosaki books will see, I want money to work for me. I don't want to work for my money, which is awesome. And you shouldn't, and you should want that. You should want to let money work for you. But how can you apply that? So if you don't have a big savings account, the things that people will tell you might not work for you. For example, the two most common things that you hear when you talk about investing is buy a property and rent it out, and then you're gonna make more money. Or invest in stocks or other kind of investings. And yes, those are good ideas, but when you do not have a big savings account, those are not gonna help you. Those are gonna help you in the future. But how can you start saving money? How can you start investing money and making more money right now? And that is paying your debt sooner. And I'm going to explain how. So let me think. How much money do you owe? I want you to be very specific. I want you to have that number in your head, or stop this video and go find out. And now, what's your interest rate? And on average, usually the interest rate is around 12%. For personal loans, it's gonna be higher. For like property loans, like mortgage, it's gonna be like lower. But on average, it's like 12%. And I'm telling you this, it's highly unlikely that you're gonna buy a property or invest in something and get 12% return on investment or more. Unless you're playing in the big leagues and probably investing millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars. But if you're like a normal person, you probably don't have that money. So 12% return on investment sounds awesome. And imagine that if you pay your debt sooner, you're gonna make those money. You're gonna have those money added back to your account. That's how it works. And to put it in perspective, take this example. Let's say you owe $1,000 and you have to pay it in 10 months. So instead of paying $100 every month for 10 months, you're gonna pay $112 every month for 10 months. If, however, you pay it all in 5 months, so you pay $224 every month, you're gonna start saving 12 months by 5, you're gonna start saving like $60. It might not be a lot, but you're not spending that money, you're making that money. Because you see, when you got the loan, you only got 1,000, you didn't get 1,120. But because of the interest rate, you're gonna pay 120 more. So it's all based on paying it sooner and get that interest rate added to your account, not to banks. And I want you to see how you can put this into practice in your own life right now. So if you have a loan, if you are in debt, please first find out how much debt do you owe, how much debt do you have. It's very important to be aware of that. Second, what is your interest rate? How much money you can actually save if you pay it sooner? And third, I want you to commit to adding 10% of what you're making to your debt, besides what you're already paying. So before you tell me that's impossible, I live paycheck to paycheck, I cannot set aside 10%, I'm gonna tell you that's probably not the case. Because you probably are spending money in places you could avoid spending those money. So I want you to look at your expenses, look at your past month expenses, and if you haven't tracked that, maybe it's time to start right now to track your expenses. Where do you spend your money? How much do you pay for food? What food do you buy? How many times do you go out? How many times do you go out for coffee? How much do you pay for your phone? Can you lower that? I mean, there are always ways to pay less for certain things. And sometimes you just have to be smarter or to learn how to do better grocery shopping, for example. Like for me, food is very important, and we spend money on getting the best food available, but sometimes we really need to stick to a budget. And then I'm like, okay, I have like $100. What can I buy for $100 that is in line with my values, so I don't barter with quality, but I can also not, spend extra just to get pineapple in January. Maybe I don't need pineapple in January. Maybe I can buy something else that grows in January, or something that is, locally sourced, or I can go to a farm or whatever. Or maybe I can get it canned but without sugar added. Or, there's always possibilities. There are always possibilities. So please look at your expenses and see what you can cut, and from that, what you can add to your debt and pay it sooner. And that's how you're gonna make more money, and that's how you're gonna start investing in something that will bring probably more than 12%. Because if you have personal loans, those are probably have a higher interest rate. So if you need more help on this, I'm really committed to helping women get rid of the debt. So contact me. You can contact me on my email, you can leave a comment below, whatever works for you, and let's chat. Let me help you find out your access, like whatever you're spending that you shouldn't be spending, and let's pay off your debt. Deal? Awesome. So if you know anybody that might need this, that needs to know about how to pay their debt sooner and need to know how to invest right now before they have the money to buy a house or to invest in stocks, send them this video, share this video. Help as many people be more in line with their financial spending, because we really need to know more about how to spend our money and how to invest our money and how to live a life kind of worth living. Thank you so much for watching, and keep in mind, being happy, healthy, wealthy, and fulfilled is not a pipe dream, but it's your reality.